This one goes out to Mr. Hudden and Jimmy Wrights. The only weird thing about this song is that it's essentially in two different tunings. So what I'm going to do is break it up into two sections, teach a lesson for each section, and do a cover for each section separately. The section that I'm sure you guys are going to want to learn is section 1, where the song is for most of it. And for that section, you're going to want to tune your keyboard down 40 cents. So what I'm playing is going to sound a little bit strange, but I promise you, I checked it with my keyboard. I promise this is 100% accurate. These are the keys you want to play. Your main riff, your left hand is going to go, there's two measures that are just going to alternate back and forth between the left hand. The first one is A, C, D, D. The second one is A, C, E, E. So if I was playing along in the left hand, it would be. So on and so forth. And your chords for the right hand, for the first 3 times through that loop, so you're going to be playing an E minor chord in just different places on the keyboard. So what you're going to do is you're going to start here, you're going to hit an E minor chord there, that's E, G, and B. And then when you get up to the highest note in each little riff in the left hand, so it's either the D or the E, you're going to hit an E minor down here quickly and then jump back to this one. So the first 3 measures are going to go as follows. And this is where things get weird. In the 4th measure, the 4th time through, this is the second time, if you're thinking of it in the loop, this is the second time you use... It's the second time you use that riff. It's the second time you use the E in the left hand. Instead of playing like you usually do, what you're going to do this time is you're going to hit 2 different chords. And they're going to line up perfectly with the times that you hit the E in the left hand. The first chord you're going to play is a C major in its root position, C, E, and G. And the second chord you're going to play is a B minor in its root position. That's B, D, and F sharp. So if I was playing along in your main riff, this is what it should sound like. So on and so forth. That's the main riff to section 1. For your second main riff in section 1, you're going to hear it the first time when Earl says, "the odd nigger with his spoon and your danimals." Your chords that you're going to be playing are an E major 7th chord. So that's E, G sharp, B, D sharp. From there you're going to go to a D major 7th, D, F sharp, A, C sharp. From there you're going to go to a G sharp minor 7th. That's G sharp, B, D sharp, and F sharp. From there you're going to go to an F minor 7th, F sharp minor 7th, F sharp, A, C sharp, E. And then you're back here to the E major 7th and you just hold that for a measure. With that, in the left hand you're going to be playing C sharp, E, G sharp, D sharp, C sharp. And then you hold that last C sharp for a measure with this right here. Also, the chords that you're playing in the right hand, the first measure, or like when you're moving through the chords, you're going to hit each one twice. So you're going to go. So putting the 2 parts together slowly, this is what you should get from your second main riff for section 1. That's your main riff, the second one for section 1. And then for the synth that comes in when Earl and Tyler are saying wave high to the Ritalin regiment, you're going to have the first beat of the first measure is nothing. And then you're going to play B flat, A flat, C, F, B flat, A flat, C, F, B flat, A flat, C, F. And in the cover you see me do in a couple seconds, you're going to see that I play octaves and I play them in both hands. So in both hands I'm going to be playing the same notes just in different places on the keyboard, if that makes sense. So if I'm playing my right hand, let's just say, and I'm playing the B flat, I'm also playing a B flat down here, or I'm playing a B flat up here. That's all you need to know for section 1 of Pigeons by Earl and Tyler. Now section 2 is really more for my producers out there who may be trying to remake this beat. I'm almost positive what Tyler did is instead of actually playing these chords, he just tuned down the main riffs that we used earlier for section 1. Regardless of how he did it, this is how you play it. It's tuned down 8 cents as opposed to 40 from before. That's why I'm splitting this lesson up into 2 different sections, because they're in different tunings. You're going to hear it first when Tyler says, "Earl, goddammit, I'm still in my damn pajamas." The chords, this is going to be the parallel to the main riff number 2, so this is the one with the chord hits, like the 7th chords that we used earlier. You're going to want to think of everything as getting moved down 3 half steps. So if we played in E major 7th before, we're playing a D flat major 7th here, because it's 3 half steps down. So everything literally just gets moved 3 half steps down for section 2. So with that in mind, you're going to be playing a D flat major 7th first. That's a D flat, F, A flat, C. You're going to go from there to a B major 7th, B, D sharp, F sharp, A sharp. You go to an F minor 7th from there, F, A flat, C, E flat. From there you go to an E flat minor 7th, E flat, G, E flat, G flat, B flat, and D flat. Excuse me for hitting the wrong chord before. This is an E flat major 7th. That's the chord you want to hit. That's an E flat minor 7th. And then you're back here to the D flat major 7th. Oh, with that, your left hand is going to be playing B flat, D flat, F, C, B flat. And you hold out, like before, you hold out that last chord and that last note in the left hand for a measure before repeating what you just played. Also, like before, each chord, as you're moving them around, each chord gets hit twice before changing. So, slowly, the main riff number 2 for section 2 is going to go as follows. That's main riff number 2 for section 2. And then in section 2, the parallel to main riff number 1 from section 1, in section 2, like I said, everything gets brought down 3 half steps. So like before, we played an E minor chord. That means we're playing C sharp minor here. So that's C sharp, E, G sharp. And then in the left hand, you're going to have 2 loops like before, 2 measure loops like we used before. F sharp, A, B, B, and then the second one is F sharp, A, C sharp, C sharp. And then the last 2 chords in that 4th measure, instead of being C major, B minor, this time it's going to be A major, G sharp minor. So slowly, your main riff number 1 in section 2 should sound something like this. Notice how it's like almost like it's identical to before. Like you just bounce back and forth between these minor chords for the first 3 measures in the right hand. You alternate between the 2 measure loops down here in the left hand. You go F, A, B, B the first and third times. And then the second and fourth times you go F sharp, excuse me, I keep calling it an F, sorry. F sharp, A, C sharp, C sharp. The second and fourth times. And then the last time, or the fourth time, right before you start the loop over, you just throw in that A major, G sharp minor. A, C sharp, E, G sharp, B, D sharp. I'll play it one more time. Hopefully you'll be able to pick it up. And that's Pigions by Earl Sweatshirt featuring Tyler the Creator.